tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. May there be happiness to all. Welcome back to the Abhidhamma talk. Last day we discussed about the Sobhana consciousnesses, Sobhana Cittāni. That means the gorgeous consciousnesses in the Kamavachara world. You know, 24 Kamavachara Sobhana Cittāni, or the beautiful minds. They are Kusala mind and resultant Kusala 8 Kusala mind, 8 resultant mind, and the 8 functional mind, altogether 24. Today we want to discuss about the fine material world, the consciousness regarding to the fine material worlds. But before we shift to the fine material world, I want to tell something special in the Kamavachara Kusala consciousness. One special thing to you, please keep in mind this. You have, for example, four types of Jnana Sampyukta consciousnesses in the Kamavachara Kusala side, right? That means 2 Somanasas Hagata, pleasure accompanied by pleasure, and 2 accompanied by equanimity. Jnana Sampayukta, that means the associated with the wisdom or the knowledge. So out of 4, when you accumulate Kusala, right? When you accumulate Kusala out of 4, there are special things here, because you need to know this, and you need to keep this in mind, because this is very special. This is very important. So when you, for example, when you do some Kusala thing, you know, for example, you want to offer breakfast to the monastery. For example, 100 bhikkhus in the monastery, and you want to offer breakfast. So this is the Kusala mind. Sometimes this is associated with the pleasure, or sometimes this is associated with the equanimity, with the wisdom, right? There are 4 consciousnesses: sasankarika and asankarika. Sasankarika means, you know, the prompted, and asankarika means the unprompted. So in this Kusala, regarding this Kusala, why I am taking always the Sasana thing? Sasana thing means the dispensation of the Buddha's thing. Because, you know, when you offer something to the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, that is the highest accumulation to you, highest deeds of action. That's why I am telling every time to the bhikkhu, to the Sangha, or something like that. But when you do this Kusala to the, for example, to the beggars and some other sectarians, that is also Kusala. But the Kusala is not so, I mean, the highest Kusala is when you offer to the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Right? That's why I am specially mentioned here also. And the thing is, when you, for example, I told you, you are now going to give breakfast to the bhikkhus with the 100 bhikkhus in the monastery. So when you before give this dana, or, you know, the charity, before give this dana, you have Pubba Chetana, right? You have Pubba Chetana. Okay. Can you?
No, sometimes because of the connection.
Okay, Pubba Chetana, right? Okay. When you giving the before giving, you need to separate the financial thing and the other stuffs to give this dana. So that is what is called Pubbha Chetana, or the initial volitional formations, right? Initial volitional formation. And then while giving dana or the charity to the monastery with the 100 bhikkhus, and then that is the middle stage, or we can say Majjhima Chetana, right? Majjhima Chetana, Majjha Chetana. That is the second stage, or the that is the way we can say this is the second stage or the middle stage. And then after giving this dana or the charity to the monastery, that is the end stage of that kusala. So that kusala has the initial stage and the middle stage and end stage. So when you give, before give dana, you do this kusala with the pleasure and the knowledge, with the pleasure and the knowledge. Maybe pleasure, maybe it may be with the equanimity, right? And then if you do not, if the akusala mind not associated, or akusala mind, if the akusala minds are not surrounded by this kusala, that is what is called, then your kusala stage is more powerful. The initial kusala stage is more powerful. For example, while accumulating the financial thing and the other stuffs, if you have this type of mind, for example, you want to know whether these bhikkhus are maintaining their the sila in a pretty high level. You have now suspicion about this monastery, and then then suspicion, akusala mind comes to you. Then after that, with that suspicion, you want to reduce this financial things or the stuffs to the bhikkhu. Then you have lobha also. So surrounded by lobha. Now your good kusala mind, the initial perfect kusala mind, is surrounded by these akusala dhamma, right? These akusala dhamma. So what happened? Then to that stage, Buddha told the omaka stage, right? Then the kusala, powerful, perfect kusala mind become reduced now. So that is what is called omaka stage, right? Omaka. Omaka means the inferior in rank. That is inferior in rank. When giving dana also, if your mind is, for example, as I said before giving dana also your mind is perfect, then it become ukkatta. Ukkatta means highest rank in nature, highest rank, right? Highest in rank. So then after giving dana also, when your mind is mind does not surrounded by any akusala consciousnesses, that also we can call highest rank in nature, highest in rank, right? So but when you give dana, then this is the second stage. Then now you pass the first stage, and when you give dana, your face is very bright, and you're also pretty good state. You're also pretty happy. And then what happened? This kusala is ukkatta. Ukkatta means highest in rank, right? It become highest in rank, but it's surrounded by some akusala dhamma, right? Some akusala consciousnesses. For example, sometimes you may not happy with the bhikkhu, or some akusala mind comes to you. Then your kusala mind, power of the kusala mind reduce, right? Then it become omaka. You can say omaka. right? And then overcoming inferior state, inferior rank. And then after giving dana also, you are very happy, you are pretty happy, and up to death, after giving dana, up to death, you are very happy. Recalling this dana, you are very happy. Your face is bright, and then it is a perfect mind. So then that may be Somanasa Sahagata, Jnana Sampyukta, Asankarika consciousness, or the Sasankarika consciousness, sometimes Upeka Saga, right? And then this is, if the all three stages are associated with, all three stages are associated with the good mind or the perfect mind. That is called Ukkata. Ukkata means highest in rank. The mind is highest in rank, right? But for example, we can say your first stage is your mind is very bright, not surrounded by any akusala consciousnesses. And second stage also not associated with any akusala mind. But the third, for example, I have given this dana, but you may have some akusala towards that monastery, or akusala mind towards that monastery or the bhikkhus, and then your kusala power is reduced. So then the third stage is somewhat in problem. So that is called that is what then the kusala power not so perfect as the first consciousness, and then it become moderate, right? Moderating rank. Two stages are powerful, one stage is not powerful. So moderating rank. So if your stage is one stage is powerful, then lower, inferior in rank. So therefore you want to know the other thing. When the kusala, all three stages are very powerful, then the result consciousness in the next conception or the patisandhi is tihetuka. Tihetuka means you have your patisandhi consciousness or the rebirth linking consciousness is associated with all three roots: alobha, adosa, amoha, non-greed, non-hatred, and non-delusion. And for example, two stages are powerful, one stage is not powerful. Two stages are powerful, one stage is not powerful. And then moderate in rank, the kusala is moderate in rank. And then what happened? You in the result, when it gives the result, it becomes duhetuka. Duhetuka means not associated with jnana. That means you have non-hatred, non-delusion, non-hatred, non-craving, right? Non-craving, non-delusion, non-craving, non-hatred. So you don't have non-delusion or amoha, or the wisdom faculty. You don't have wisdom faculty. So your result is duhetuka. Duhetuka, your patisandhi consciousness is duhetuka. For example, and then when you are only one stage is powerful while doing the kusala thing. One stage is powerful while giving that dana to the bhikkhus. One stage is powerful. Then the you accumulate inferior in rank, right? You accumulate inferior in rank, and then what happened to the patisandhi? It become ahetuka patisandhi, right? Ahetuka, sorry, that is also dihetuka. Dihetuka means you don't have associated with the wisdom faculty. So in this way, when any kusala action, when you perform any kusala mind or any kusala action, all three stages, before giving and the middle stage, and after having given the things, you maintain your mind in a pretty good state, then the kusala mind will be more powerful to give the result. Okay, this is very important while accumulating any type of kusala, right? For example, when you pay compassion to a animal, this also karuna, what is called karuna consciousness, compassion consciousness. This also should be, all three stages should be in a good state, in a perfect level. So every kusala, while doing every kusala, you want to maintain the perfect mind to give the result mind in the near future. Okay, now let's shift into the Rupāvacara consciousness. Now we finish 54 Kāmāvacara consciousness, right? Again, I will one day I will give the summary. Today I explained this thing, and time has gone now. So we shift into the Rupāvacara consciousness. So Rupāvacara means, you know, the Rupāvacara means the beings in the Brahma world, right? Beings in the Brahma world, they are superior than to the human and the Deva. Deva in the 6 types of Deva world. So this is the Brahma world. There are 16 types of Brahma world and 50 types of consciousness you have in Brahma world. 15 types of consciousness. 15, 1, 5, right? They are also, you know, Kusala. We have Kusala Rupāvacara consciousnesses and Vipaka. Kusala means the we can say more moral consciousness, and Vipaka. Vipaka means the resultant consciousness, and the other thing is functional consciousness, what is called Kriya consciousness, right? So 5 types of Kusala. You have 5 types of Kusala consciousness in the Kama Rupāvacara world, and 5 types of resultant consciousnesses, and 5 types of Kriya consciousness, or the functional consciousnesses. So, for example, but we know that this thing to we can accumulate this Kusala mind, Kusala Kama, Kusala Rupāvacara, Kusala minds in this world, or in Deva world also. We can accumulate this Kusala mind, but the resultant mind we cannot accumulate in this human world or in the Deva world. So results will give the so the Kusala or the accumulation, or yes, the I mean the when the producing this Rupāvacara consciousnesses, that is the Kusala minds, when producing this Kusala mind, you know, you need an object. You need an object. For example, we have jhana meditation. We have jhana meditation. For example, you have Anapanasati meditation up to 4th jhana. You have Kasina meditation. There are 10 Kasina subject, Kasina meditation subject, and 10 Kasina object. According to this Kasina object and the subject, we have up to 4th jhana. And then again you have 4 sublime meditation: Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekha. Metta means the loving kindness. Karuna is the compassion, and the sympathetic joy is the Mudita, and the Upekha is the equanimity. So we have 4 types of sublime status. And then you have Asubha meditation, 10 types of Asubha meditation, repulsive meditation, or we can say loathsome meditation, Asubha meditation, 10 types. So we can produce up to 1st jhana. And then you have repulsive meditation also by using your live body parts, live 32 body parts, you can attain up to 1st jhana. So then there also we have jhana. And then we have Arupāvacara jhana. Arupāvacara jhana means we are not discussing this thing. We are discussing for the Arupāvacara consciousness. Now Rupāvacara jhana. So you can produce this jhana by taking one object. These days your object is anapana, in breath, out breath, and touch point. So after while focusing this object, you have you are meditating with the Kamavachara mind. Kamavachara mind means what your meditation mind is Somanasa Sahagata Jnana Samprayukta Asankarika consciousness or Sasankarika consciousness, or this may be Upekka Sahagata. Usually Somanasa Sahagata, right? And then you focus your object, Anapana object, and then you have a preliminary nimitta, and then it followed by the Ukkaha nimitta or the learning sign, and it followed by the Patibhaga nimitta. This is the counterpart sign. When you attain Patibhaga nimitta, and then you have Upachara Samadhi, or the access concentration, you develop up to Upachara Samadhi, and then after that Upachara consciousness, Upachara Samadhi, after that you have Jhana consciousness, right? But same object means what is the object of the Jhana consciousness also? Yeah, Jhana consciousness object is also in Anapanasati meditation, Patibhaga nimitta. So when you see this Patibhaga nimitta within Jhana mind, right? Without taking any object, you follow the Patibhaga nimitta only, and then you are in deep Jhana. This is the first Jhana. First Jhana mind is associated with it's associated with 5 types of Chetasika. Chetasika means the mental factors. One Chetasika is, those are what is called Jhananga. Those are what is called Jhananga. Jhananga means there are 5 Jhananga: Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata. Right? Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata. According to this Jhananga, 5 material consciousness are made. According to this Jhananga. So for example, now you are seeing the Patibhaga nimitta, and your mind, this is the object, this is the new object of Anapanasati meditation now. You are in Upachara concentration state, and you are seeing the Patibhaga nimitta for a long time, and then what happened surrounding the Patibhaga nimitta, your mind arise. Surrounding the Patibhaga nimitta, mind arise. And then with the mind, these 5 types of mental factors or the Jhananga arise and passing away. Arise and passing away. Arise and passing away. Right? This thing happened while meditating in the Anapanasati or any Jhana producing object. So what is the Vitakka? Vitakka means the natural characteristic of Vitakka is the Vitakka lift on the mind towards the object. This is the natural characteristic of the Vitakka. Vitakka lift on, or Vitakka. What does do Vitakka? This is the initial application with the mind. Initial application, or lift the mind towards the object. This is the natural feature of the Vitakka. So you want to know, you want to see, while producing or while practicing Anapanasati meditation up to Patibhaga nimitta, you want to know, you want to see this Vitakka, how Vitakka acts on the mind, acts on the object, right? And then now Vitakka, it lift on to the object with the mind and pass away. Again lift on to the mind in every direction, right? Every direction. For example, Patibhaga nimitta is circular thing. Then the mind also arrange as a circular thing like. And then Vitakka acts surrounding the Patibhaga Nimitta with the mind, it in every direction it lift on to the initial lift on to the object. Initially lift on and then perish away, passing away. Initial lift on, then passing away. Initial lift on and passing away. This is the Vitakka. And then this mind is associated with Vichara. Vichara means it is the sustained application to the mind, to the object. Sustained application to the object. Sustained application of the mind to the object. Sustained application means it's like rubbing the object, like rubbing the object, it acts with the mind. With the arising of the mind, it also arises and it does its function, or it is the natural characteristic of vichara. It rubbing the object, right? That means sustained application. It sustains the application. Sustained application. That is the sustained application to the object. So this is vitakka. And then piti. Piti is when you see the patibhaga nimitta, your mind become rapture. Mind become rapture. So rapture is that means according to the object, your mind become very it's like pretty rapture thing. Or we can say joy. Your mind become joy. That joy you can see with arise with the mind and passing away. Arise with the mind and passing away. And then you have sukha. Sukha means that is a feeling parts of the mind. Feeling parts of the mind is sukha. This sukha, this sukha is the happiness of the mind now. This happiness also, it's like enjoying the object. It arises with the mind with the enjoying and then perish away or passing away. Enjoying the mind, happiness of the mind. That is also you want to see in the Anapana Patibhaga Nimitta or any jhana you can see this. And then you have ekaggata. Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata. Ekaggata means one-pointedness. One-pointedness means now, when this Patibhaga Nimitta comes into your mind, then with the mind, this one-pointedness to the object, all mind and the one-pointedness, other mental factors also going into one point, right? It arrange into one point. Like you can see this in the meditation. This mental factors or the jhananga, we want to see after entering, after emerging from jhana. Within the jhana, we don't need to see this thing, right? Within the jhana, we don't need to see, because if we within the jhana, for example, in Anapanasati meditation, within the jhana, we have we want to focus only Patibhaga Nimitta, right? Only Patibhaga Nimitta or the counterpart sign. Because one object we want to know one object. We want to see one object, or we want to focus one object only. If we, for example, if we want to see the Patibhaga, we are in the jhana, for example, you are in the jhana, and then you are focusing, for example, Anapana first jhana. You are focusing now Patibhaga Nimitta in the middle, right? In the middle of the light, you are focusing Anapana Patibhaga Nimitta. But when as long as you focus Patibhaga Nimitta, you are in jhana, right? When you see the vitakka like thing, vitakka or vichara or some other kinds of thing, for example, other kinds of thing means some sparkling from the Patibhaga Nimitta like thing, if you see, when you pay attention to that thing, or sometimes for example, when you focus, sometimes when you meditate, sometimes your face gives some fine movement like a thing. Then you pay attention to that object. Then that of course also your concentration your object, now your object is different, not patibhaga nimitta. You take the another object. So then it becomes it emerges from jhana automatically. Right? Can you understand? This thing, actually, this vitakka, vichara, priti, sukha, ekagata thing, we want to identify after having emerging from the jhana only. Right? Emerging from the jhana only. Actually, Buddha said not to see jhananga very frequently. Right? You want to, within the jhana, you never want to see anything. Only you want to see the patibhaga nimitta, right? Actually, good question. There is within the jhana you cannot see any. You don't need to see anything other than the your object, right? When you focus object, you are in deep jhana. When you focus other thing, you comes into the upachara concentration. Now you have 5 jhananga, right? So then your mind is now not the kamavachara consciousness, right? Kamavachara, now before jhana, you have somanasa sahagata, jnana sampayukta, asankarika or sasankarika consciousness. But now, with these 5 types of jhananga, right? Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata, now your consciousness become Rupāvacara jhana mind, right? Rupāvacara jhana mind. So, this is also kusala mind. Kusala mind means you accumulate in this very life. So this is kusala mind, right? So then, so first jhana mind is vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata, sahagatam. Please see the book, right? Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata, sahagatam. Patama jhana chittam, right? Patama jhana Kusala Cittāni. Kusala Cittāni means we have resultant consciousness and functional consciousness. Vipaka Citta and Kriya Citta. So we have 15 consciousness. Now we are telling we are discussing about Kusala mind only. So the first jhana consciousness is Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata, Sahagatam, Patama jhana Kusala Cittam, right? Kusala Cittam. So, what's the meaning? The Patama Jhana consciousness, the Jhana consciousness associated with Vitakka, Vichara, initial application and sustained application, joy, happiness, and one-pointedness. This is the meaning, right? And then when you have, now you are satisfied about your first jhana and you want to go to the, while practicing first jhana, you may feel this vitakka. Vitakka is so coarse or so gross, not very subtle. You feel it towards the vitakka. It's like I feel it's like gross like thing. Like you may have the experience in the near future, right? And then you want to actually you want without vitakka, because it always lift onto the mind or initial application. It gives the initial application always with a very coarse thing, like gross thing, gross in nature. So this is gross. So then this jhana is not so subtle. So if the second jhana, but if you go into second jhana, your mind now won't intend. Your mind is now your mind accept some subtle jhana than the first, right? Without vitakka. Like without vitaka, your mind expect other jhana. This is the second jhana, right? Without vitaka. For example, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata, sahagatam, dutiya jhana, kusala citta, right? Dutiya jhana, kusala citta. That means now you left out. Now you left out the vitaka, right? Then you have vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata only. And this is the second jhana mind, right? The second jhana kusala mind. And while practicing this jhana, and if you finish your mastery for this jhana also, mastery means the vasibhava, right? If you finish this mastery also for this jhana, then you feel vichara also like gross thing, right? And then you want to drop this coarse mental factor or the jhananga, and you expect your mind expect another subtle jhana. If somebody is in deep jhana, you don't have even sound also you cannot hear, right? Sound also you cannot hear, and your body and I mean other five sense doors, right? Five sense doors like inactive. Five sense doors only mind do active, other five sense door inactive. But the thing is, actually to produce jhana, you need secluded place, right? You need your mind calm. But even though your mind is not calm, you don't have secluded place. Like if you want to meditate, you focus your breath only or the other nimitta only. When it comes, you shift into the other nimitta also. That in that occasion, actually, slowly these five hindrances, those are called five hindrances, no? Five hindrances slowly goes away. That's cast out these five hindrances. Whenever five hindrances casting out, then your mind is only steadfast towards the object. Then you don't have any other minds, any other objects, right? What happened to you in this stage? You actually you have many engagement in your life, no? In the layman life, it's very difficult to do meditation. So all these occasions come into the mind. That means the five hindrances visit to your mind. But slowly, over the time, slowly, those five hindrances are gone out. So then don't be worried about that, right? But whenever you see you notice that some thoughts are surrounding like at that time, that means you are not in jhana, right? You come into the upachara, or in upachara concentration also you don't have in a strong upachara concentration also you don't have any hindrances, right? Any hindrance. But this should be actually with the practice. You should take this experience with the practice. Right? So now you need to drop the vichara also. Vichara also you feel vichara also it is shrafo, it is grosso, something like that. And then you need to drop the vichara, and then you drop vitaka and vichara, and then enter into piti, sukha, ekagata, sahagatam, tatyajjhana kusala citta, right? Tatyajjhana kusala citta. So that means you drop two factors now, and then you have piti, joy, happiness, sukha, and the ekagata, one pointedness, and then this is the consciousness in the third jhana, right? And then you sometimes you feel this piti also. Piti, how this piti act on the object. You see this piti also having gross features, right? Then you want to drop the or leave out the piti also. Then that is the fourth jhana. That means no piti, sukha ekagata sahagatam, chatutta jhana kusala cittāni. That means the fourth jhana mind associated with happiness and the ekagata one-pointedness. Then you have a very subtle jhana in the fourth jhana, right? And then sometimes you may feel that this sukha vedana also going around the object, and it enjoying the object, going around the object, it become happy. That's the happiness you see in the object. Object mean in the patibhaga nimitta, you can see this. Then this is also very gross. You feel this is also very gross, pretty gross to your mind. So you need to drop this also. And then you attain into fifth jhana. This is the according to the Abhidhamma method, there are fifth jhana, right? The fifth jhana means you drop the sukha also, and then you have instead of sukha, you have now upekha vedana, right? Upekha plus one-pointedness. You don't have now vitakka, vichara, priti, sukha. You don't have in fifth jhana. You have upekha. Now that vedana become upekha vedana, right? Sukha vedana become upekha vedana. Sukha vedana automatically change into upekha vedana. Upekha vedana is very subtle. Sukha vedana is somewhat gross, right? You want to see this also after emerging from the fifth jhana. You want to see this, right? Now, so this is the consciousness, fifth consciousness. The fifth jhana, that means upekha ekagata sahagatam, panchama jhana kusala citta. This is the panchama jhana kusala citta. That means the fifth jhana mind associated with equanimity plus one-pointedness. This is the fifth jhana mind. So this is the jhana, fifth up to fifth jhana in Abhidhamma. But in Sutta there are four jhana, right? Up to fourth jhana, Chatutta jhana only. I will describe in another day. But in Abhidhamma we have five jhana kusala jhana mind, right? Kusala jhana mind we have five. This is the kusala. Kusala means we accumulate this kusala mind in this very life. But we cannot attain to its results in this very life. Up to fifth jhana, you want to maintain up near death moment. Up to near death moment, you want to maintain this jhana. While in the near death moment, you want to attain one of jhana what you prefer, right? One of jhana out of five, one of jhana, what you according to your preference, you attain one of jhana. Then according to that jhana, you may reborn in Brahma world, right? Brahma world according to the jhana power, right? For example, in the first jhana Brahma plane. If you want to reborn in the first jhana plane, second jhana plane, it gives the result in second jhana plane. So the same consciousness, like in the same way, same consciousness when you produce in this life, the result is in the Brahma world. So that is what is called the same five consciousnesses as vipaka consciousness, right? Vipaka consciousness. For example, the five types of vipaka consciousness, five types of kusala consciousness. Now we finished. Now you have five types of vipaka consciousness. Vipaka consciousness means, for example, first vipaka consciousness is vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata sahitam, patamajjhana vipaka citta, right? Now not kusala citta, now vipaka citta. This is in the Brahma world, right? It is the Brahma world patisandhi consciousness, right? Brahma as a, Brahma reborn as a Upapatika means spontaneous. When you, for example, when you attain jhana in the near-death moment in this very life, then you reborn without mother, right? Without mother womb, you reborn in there spontaneously. That is what's called upapatika, right? So with the every body parts, right? Every body parts mean like actually for the Brahma, you don't expect the 32 body parts, right? Don't expect the 32 body parts. They only have eye, they have ear, they have, and heart, they have. Other body parts they don't have, right? As we like us, like Deva, other body parts they don't have. Only other body parts they don't have mean other body parts like for example they have arm, right? They have a head, they have like a man, everything they have, but body parts they don't have. Can you understand? Okay. They looks like a human, right? They looks like a deva. All are the outer complexion is same, but the thing is they don't have body parts, right? We have 32 body parts, but they don't have, right? They don't have a brain, they don't have lungs, they don't have abdomen like that. But we have, okay. And then there is the first consciousness, vipaka consciousness, and then the second consciousness without vitarka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata sahitam, dutya jhana, vipaka, chitta. That means you know the meaning now. The second jhana mind associated with vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata, vipaka mind. That is the resultant consciousness. And the third jhana mind is the Piti Sukha Ekagata Sahitam, Piti Sukha Ekagata Sahitam, Tatyajhana Vipaka Chitta. That means you know Vipaka Chitta means the resultant mind. This jhana associated with Piti Sukha Ekagata Jhananga, three jhana factors. And then fourth jhana mind is the Sukha Ekagata Sahitam Chatutta jhana vipaka chittam. That means you have jhana, fourth jhana mind associated with happiness and the one-pointedness is the resultant mind. And the fifth jhana, upekka ekagata sahitam panchama jhana vipaka chittam. Now you know the meaning. The resultant jhana mind, fifth jhana mind associated with equanimity and one-pointedness. And this is the vipaka consciousness or the vipaka chittani, or we can say resultant consciousness. This resultant consciousness in the human world we cannot expect. In the Brahma world only this vipaka mind are available. And then there are same functional consciousnesses, kriya chittani, right? Functional consciousnesses. You know these functional consciousnesses belong to arahanta, only arahanta, right? For example, if one arahanta produce anapana up to fourth jhana, right? Before attain arahantship, if he produce anapana up to fourth jhana, kasina up to fourth jhana, like things, and then but this is the kusala mind of him, but now automatically it become functional mind, right? He accumulate in this very life this kusala mind, but now it become functional mind because this functional mind cannot produce any future lives. That functional mind has no power to produce any future lives, right? So therefore all five jhana kusala mind become functional mind now for the arahant. For example, first jhana mind, vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata sahitam, patama jhana, kriya chitta. Kriya chitta. That means the functional mind, first jhana mind associated with all five jhana factors. right? Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata. Okay, now the second functional mind is without Vichara, and the third jhana mind is the without Vitakka and Vichara, and the third jhana mind is without the third jhana mind is without Vitakka and Vichara. Second mind is again, first jhana mind is all associated with all the first jhana functional mind is associated with all jhana 5 factors, and the second jhana without Vichara, without Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata. And third jhana mind, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata. The fourth jhana mind, Sukha, Ekaggata. And then fifth jhana mind is Upekka, Ekaggata. All are functional mind belonging to the Arahanta only. We cannot produce this jhana mind. If you attain Arahantship, your Kusala mind become automatically functional minds, right? Can you understand? So all together we have 15 consciousnesses, Kusala, 5 Kusala jhana mind, 5 Vipaka jhana mind, 5 functional jhana mind, right? Kusala, Vipaka, Kriya. All together we have 15 types of jhana mind for the fine material worlds. Okay. Please try to understand these 15 types of Rupāvacara jhana mind, right? 15 types of Rupāvacara jhana mind. It's very easy. You want to divide it into Kusala, 5 Kusala, 5 Vipaka, that means resultant, 5 functional or the Kriya, right? Very easy because same minds, we want to change the name only, right? According to the situation of the people or the beings, these minds are arise. Okay, now actually we finish up to now Kāmāvacara 54 consciousnesses. For example, you have Kāmāvacara 12 akusala minds, 8 greed-rooted mind, 2 types of hatred-rooted mind, and 2 types of moha-rooted or the delusion-rooted minds. And then we discuss about rootless mind, 18 types of rootless mind. You have akusala and kusala rootless minds, 15 types of akusala and kusala mind. For example, Upekka Sahagata Chakku Viññāna, Upekka Sahagata Sota Viññāna, Upekka Sahagata Gahana Viññāna, Upekka Sahagata Jiva Viññāna, Dukkha Sahagata Kaya Viññāna in akusala side, but Sukha Sahagata Kaya Viññāna in kusala side, right? Kusala Vipaka side, rootless. And then, Sampatichana, 1 types of Sampatichana, Somana Sahagata Sampatichana Chitta consciousness, and Upekka Sahagata Santirana Chitta for the akusala side. And then Kusala side, you have 3. Somanasa Sahagata Sampatichana, Upekka Somanasa Sahagata Santirana, and Upekka Sahagata Santirana. You want to you want to keep in mind this all. Please take a chart, and this chart should be, you want to recite by heart, right? By heart you want to recite this thing. And then you have Kriya Chitta, three types of Kriya Chitta, what's called Panchadwara Vajjana. That means the consciousness, it takes consciousness, the avajjana mean adverting, five sense do adverting consciousness, and then mind of adverting consciousness, manodhara vajjana, and then the hasitu pad, this is the smile producing consciousness for the arahanta, right? And then this is the 18 types of rootless consciousnesses. And then last day we discussed 24 types of root sobhana consciousness, rooted sobhana consciousnesses, or the gorgeous consciousnesses, rooted 25th types of rooted consciousness. Altogether 54 types of Kāmāvacara, or the worldings, or the we can say the Kamavachara mean, 11 types of Kamavachara Bhumi you have. In that Bhumi, you have 54 types of consciousnesses. Now we today discuss about 15 types of Rupāvacara consciousness, fine material consciousnesses. And then next day we want to discuss about Arupāvacara consciousness, or the immaterial world consciousnesses, right? 12 types of immaterial world consciousnesses you have. And then last in the next topic will be that immaterial consciousnesses. Okay, now again I will explain how to do Anapanasati meditation again. Please take into account this thing also. In Anapana meditation, the object is in breath, out breath, and the touch point. It could be in the nostril or in the upper lip, the touch point, right? You want to follow only in the touch point, only the in breath, out breath, and the touch point, only in the nostril or the upper lip. You don't need to pay attention to the heart area or the chest or the abdomen, right? Or the outer surface, outer space. You only need to pay attention to the Anapana original object. And then when you have 4 steps, usually you have 4 steps, long breath, short breath, and whole breath body, and the tranquilizing of breath body. When you practice for a long time this meditation, all 4 stages are clear to your mind over the time. Usually, when usually when the subtle breath comes into the mind, or when you experience this subtle breath, this is the critical point in this meditation, right? This is the critical point in this meditation, because most meditators are agitated, or they get some restlessness while my breath is not available, not there, and something will happen like that. Many thoughts coming into the mind. So therefore, you in this stage, in this critical stage, you don't need to pay attention to anywhere. What you want to do, you pay attention to the former breath. Former breath means wherever the breath you have, immediately before, right? And then keep mind and wait for sometimes mean this time may be variable, right? Sometimes. And then you may feel again the breath, right? Then sometimes, most of the person, this breath, while understanding or while experiencing the subtle breath stage, this is the critical point, right? In this meditation, you may, most meditators see the parikamma nimitta. Parikamma nimitta, like not very condensed nimitta. This is or the preliminary sign in front, usually in the touch point like this, right? In the touch point like this. Can you see? In the touch point like this, but in the touch point like this, right? Very not so big, sometimes big, right? Not so big, sometimes big, but this is in this way you can see, right? In this way mean not in this way. Light to close to the touch point, right? Light close to the touch point. In breath and out breath, you can notice your in breath, out breath, and touch point. And then suddenly you can see the light. This light is very subtle light. This is like usually called cigarette smoke, like subtle light. But though this light appears in front of you, close to the touch point, you don't need to pay attention to the light, but to the Anapana original object. That means the in-breath, out-breath, and the touch point. If the touch point is not there, please wait for the previous stage. Previous stage means wherever the touch point was, right? And then slowly, you may understand that this nimitta, or the preliminary sign and the touch point, so the breath is unified, right? Is unified. Very, very easy to see, because the touch point and the nimitta is very close to your, very very close, right? That means the touch point or the breath itself become nimitta. That's why you need to, you don't need to pay attention to the nimitta in a rush, right? So then what happened? You can see the unification. Unification means sometimes you may see this breath. In-breath goes into the nimitta, out-breath comes from the nimitta, or some unification that you see or feel, right? See or feel. And then what happens? Slowly, if you understand this nimitta and the touch point are same unit or the identical unit like that, and then your mind automatically goes and touches to the nimitta, right? This parikama nimitta. Then you want to pay attention to the middle of the nimitta only, right? And then it become very condensed. It become very condensed, like a cotton wool or cloud thing, right? You don't need to pay attention to the color. Usually white color or gray color like thing, but any color can be, any color could be. And then when you focus this nimitta, that means the white cotton wool like nimitta, that is what is called Uggaha nimitta or learning sign. When you pay attention to the learning sign continuously, and then it becomes gradually brilliant, bright and radiant. That is the Patibhaga nimitta for you. This Patibhaga nimitta is the jhana key, right? When you focus this middle of the Patibhaga nimitta, your concentration become Upachara concentration or the access concentration. You attain into the access concentration. And sometimes with the access concentration, you may enter into jhana. Because whenever you pay attention to the Patibhaga nimitta, your five hindrances are, when your five hindrances are absent in the mind, then you go into the, when you absorb into the Patibhaga nimitta, or Patibhaga nimitta absorb you. That is the jhana concentration. So whenever the meditator who see the Patibhaga nimitta in a very perfect mind, with a very perfect mindfulness, strong and powerful mindfulness, and with a comfortable and peaceful sitting, right? Then your concentration is either Upachara Samadhi or Appana Samadhi. Appana Samadhi means the jhana concentration. Upachara Samadhi is the access concentration. So this is the, actually, if you follow this the Buddha's advised how to do the Anapanasati meditation. If you follow this meditation instruction very clearly, you are near jhana. But if you practice another way, right? If you practice another way by neglecting this instruction and getting another instruction, then you never attain jhana or even upachara concentration also you cannot attain. Can you understand? Okay, any question? Any question regarding any in Dhamma?
Yes, Bhante. Vandami Bhante, I just want this omaka. Omaka, I miss that meaning of it. Yeah.
Yes.
So what is omaka?
Omaka is, sorry?
Yeah,
omaka.
what?
Okay. Omaka. Yes, omaka means, for example, when you want to do some kusala or the wholesome deeds or wholesome action, right? You have three stages. You have three stages: Pubba Chetana, Munchitu Chetana, and Apara Chetana. Pubba Chetana means the initial volitional formation. Yes, initial volition. And the middle stage is Munchitu Chetana, right? Munchitu Chetana means the initial, middle stage. And last stage is Apara Chetana. That means Chetana means the volition. So middle volitional formation and the last volitional formation or the end volitional formation. So sometimes if you all three stages are when you do this kusala thing, but in every stage the kusala mind is so powerful. So powerful means the kusala mind does not surrounded by any akusala mind. So this is the ukkatta, right? Ukkatta means the highest in rank. Yeah. Now sometimes your kusala mind in the very beginning stage also your kusala mind is surrounded by some akusala things, right? Akusala things I discussed in previously. In this way, you for example, when you want to offer dana for the bhikkhus, right? For example, to the monastery life, you want to set the financial thing and the other needed stuff. So what happened in this situation? Sometimes, if you, for example, you want to give and you accumulate something. Accumulate means you accumulate financial thing and the other thing because for 100 bhikkhus, no. For example, only 100 bhikkhus you want to offer dana or the breakfast or lunch or something like that. And sometimes your mind will go into the lower stage. That means, this bhikkhu, for example, this bhikkhu you want to know whether this bhikkhu or you have suspicion about this bhikkhu. This bhikkhu are maintaining their sila well or maintaining their samadhi well, or this bhikkhu don't have panya like that. Your mind gives some problem. That means you have suspicion. Suspicion is a akusala. So akusala object surrounded by now kusala object, and then you may reduce this money or the requisites. You reduce this requisite. For example, only I am telling, right? You reduce these requisites, then the first stage become omaka.
Yes.
Okay, then, for example, and then second stage, for example, when the second stage means while you are giving dana also, if the mind is very perfect and your face is bright, you feel very pretty happy, right? Then what is this good mind, right? This good mind, but the mind sometimes, for example, the above of this monastery doesn't talk with anybody, like he is very proud like that. If you think like that, like thing, if your mind the mind comes like if the mind such type of thing visit to the mind, then that stage also become spoiled, right? Can you understand? That stage also becomes spoiled. So I want to tell this and stress this situation, because while you are doing kusala, don't make any akusala surrounded, right? Don't make any akusala surrounded. Then it become omaka.
Right.
If the kusala mind goes perfectly steadfast towards at the end up to death, that is the ukkatta. Ukkatta means the highest in rank. Can you understand?
Yes.
A very important point, right?
Yes.
Very important point.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Then let's talk.
Yes.
Thank you, Banteji. Really, very good Dhamma teachings today. Especially related to the jhanas and what I think most of us are, kind of trying to just get into the very, very initial stages of meditation, the nimitta. So thank you for guiding us on that.
Okay. Sharing merits. Okay.
Yes.
Idame punyang
Idang me punyang
asavakhaya vahutu
asavakhaya hotu
idam me punyam
idam me punyam
nibbanasa paccaya hotu
nibbanasa pachayo hotu
mama punyam bhagam
mama punyam bhagam
sabbe sattanam bhajemi
sabbe sattanam bhajemi
te sabbe me samam
ye sabbe me sama
punyam bhagam labantu
punyam bhagam me labantu
sadhu sadhu sadhu
sad sad sad